Please note, this session is being recorded.
Okay, so I was just talking about the scenarios, like what happens in a particular project. So let's say if you are going for an interview and this position is for somebody who's kind of fresher or coming up with an experience of 1 to 2 years. So in that case, your the primary questions around Tableau will be on like different type of visualization, calculated fields, or the customization which involves your group and sets, right? Which means anything which is inside Tableau desktop. But as soon as you go for like go for designations or the jobs, the requirement is of a kind of little senior person, either 4 years of experience or more, right? In that case, people will expect that you know more than Tableau also, right? Now when I say more than Tableau, basically things which are related to this particular project, right? Then the scope will not, yeah, then the scope will not be kind of just limited to Tableau. The scope will involve the related tools and approaches also. So for example, there is a case, there is a scenario, right? So over here, if you read the objective of this particular project, right, the objective of the project was to develop one-stop solution for all reporting needs for various hospitals and networks of hospitals, right? Let's say this is a problem statement. And what we are saying that, let's say if there is a network of hospital and there is an individual hospital. So depending on the person and their designation, they should be able to see the data of underlying hospitals, right? For an example, if, for an example, let's say there is a hospital, let's take an example like Max Hospital, right? So Max is what? It's a network of hospitals. You will find Max Hospital in Gurgaon as well and a Max Hospital in Delhi also, right? It's a network of hospitals. Similarly, there could be some hospital which is just an individual building or individual premises and it has no branches across the world, right? So those will be simple hospitals. So now the data or the solution what we are going to work on, that will involve both type of hospitals, individuals and networks. So that's why it's very important to see the data security and role based access in mind. Why? Because let's say if somebody from network of hospitals is logging into the system, depending on their role, they should be allowed to see the data. If they are, let's say junior or associate people, they should be able to see the data of that particular branch, not the whole network. But if somebody, let's say senior, who's managing multiple hospitals is logged, they should be able to see the data of multiple hospitals, right? Understood this statement? Then in terms of data, they want the complete patient history, health records, and um yeah, access to all this data so that they can do the research and find out the different ways of optimizing the patient care and improving the health of different peoples. This was the objective, right? Now assumption was like 90% of the reportable metrics, different hospitals and network hospitals will remain same. Only 10% may vary, and the hospitals can provide either direct connection to their database system or provide Excel or CSV export of their data, either whole data or weekly or monthly, right? Basically challenge would be like, let's say if you're doing reporting, right, or you're doing creating a system, you would need access to data, right? Where you will get the data from. So this point refers to that thing. For example, either you are connecting getting your data from Excel file, like a particular hospital will send you the data and you can connect add that data into your Tableau, or there could be possibility that people will provide the direct connection to their SQL server or their database, so that whenever you want, you can pull the data and do the reporting, right? These are the two assumptions. So looking at the problem statement and assumptions, what you guys think? What can be done in this scenario? thoughts, guys? And if you have questions, then also tell me. I'll explain those questions, provide the answer, and then again draft your answers accordingly. This is the real scenario which was asked in the interview.
To develop a one-stop solution for all reporting needs for periods, hospitals, patients, So, what was the question again?
Okay, so we need to build a one-stop solution, right, in terms of reporting, wherein I can, create a solution which will be used by many hospitals or network of hospitals, right? So it's more about analytics and reporting and visualization. And this solution, we can see many hospitals under there. Now, depending on the person who's going to access these reports, right? Whatever their role is, whatever designation they are at, or the hospital they belong to, we need to kind of provide the security access or secure data access. They should not be able to see the data of all the hospitals. They should be able to see the data only related to their, area or their network.
So, and now, you were asking, first of all, I think can be getting complete history and record of patient hospitals. So, we need, first of all, we need data of patients from the hospitals.
Mhm. No, so right now we are talking about the approach, right? What would be your approach?
Okay.
So for the 90% of the reports, okay, we can have common reports where we'll control the user access
Hmm.
uh, uh, through different groups. Let's say um, ABC. I mean, we'll create distinct groups so that we can control the user accesses to those particular reports.
Hmm.
And I don't know if we can have control over the number of drop downs that come from a parameter or from a filter so that they can see their hospital only for
No, that,
them.
that we can do. That we can do.
Okay.
Right.
And for the remaining 10%, I think we have to explicitly build the reports for those who require.
Hmm.
And
Okay. So just think a little more. See, it's not only the reporting what you handle, right? Smriti, you also mentioned, right? You have been part of projects wherein there was a separate team who used to work on data and they used to support the reporting team, right? My point was
yeah,
like as soon as you grow in the ladder or you go for a little senior position in the reporting and BI team, right? You need to work on data side also. It's not the only Tableau,
yes,
right? So keeping that thought in mind, if you are getting such problem statement, you need to derive some solution related to your ETL needs also, right?
yes,
Because we are saying that these hospitals are going to provide data in different mode of delivery. Somebody can provide Excel, somebody can provide CSV, somebody can give you the direct connection, right? Now, in order to create report out of 10 people, right, 10 different sources, are you going to create 10 connections in Tableau?
No, so the ideal will be getting a centralized data warehouse
Mhm.
wherein we'll cleanse the data, we'll keep the things report ready.
Correct.
When I say report ready, I mean cleaning out all the special characters and um, creating different set instances of data so that we can do the joins easily, like cross tables,
Mhm.
and um, uh, denormalizing it so that to a certain extent so that uh, the performance is good.
Right. So see, the major challenges will be around three or four challenges, right? The first one, as you mentioned, like cleaning will be required, normalization will be required. Data is coming from 10 different places. You need to put into one central location so that you can, even before connecting to Tableau, you can work on the data. Maybe you can kind of create one table wherein all the data will be dumped, and then you can connect to that table into Tableau, right? If join is required, you should be able to do that on the ETL layer itself, right? Now, even before going to that situation, there would be one problem, because you are getting this data from multiple people, right? Some people may, I mean, everybody may not say a same field with the same keyword, right? What I'm trying to say is patient enrollment, right? Somebody can say like patient enrollment, somebody can say occupancy, somebody can say new enrollment, somebody can say just patient count, somebody can say members, right? There could be different terminologies with different people or different hospitals. You need to kind of provide a proper mapping in order to come across a centralized table. First of all, you will do that exercise, then you will get data, join your data, merge your data, append your data, and create one final table, and then that table can be connected to your Tableau, right? So there has to be some data strategy also while deriving such solutions. Okay, so it is just, for the interview preparation, I'm telling you that keep this point also in mind. It is not the only Tableau which will provide all the solutions. With Tableau, you need to be aware of some other things also if you are planning to go for an interview. Fine. So in this
Yeah,
document, basically, they said that this is a real scenario which was asked in the question. So we derived the solution, created some architecture or high level flow. For example, you can see here, my data is coming from database, text file, Excel file, and CSV file, right? In order to kind of normalize this data, we are doing the data mapping, creating our data model, and then we are applying business rules, right? Why business rules? Because we said that 90% of the KPIs are same, 10% of the KPIs might be different. So for, because we are getting data for multiple hospitals, right? Data volume will also be high. And if data volume is high, just imagine, like if you are getting, let's say, 50,000 records in a day, right? What would be the volume after 6 months? It will be huge data. And in that case, will your Tableau be able to support that huge data? Won't it crash? Won't it go very slow? Right? So optimization is the key in terms of Tableau reports. Right now we are working with sample superstore. It's a very small data set. But as your data set or data size increases, reports go a little slow. You might remember, right? We used sample superstores and we kind of connected to data blending. It was very slow. It was taking a couple of minutes to load that report. Sample superstore has only 10,000 records. If you go to a data where we have million of rows, just imagine what will happen to the reports, right? So keeping those scenarios in mind, optimization and performance will be a very, very key role. Now, the next thing here, after, like there would be some KPIs or measures you will drive on the ETL layer itself, and others you can do it on, like aggregations and all that you can do on Tableau level. Other approach could be like if you want to make it super fast, then this is again not the topic to be discussed here. But again, this multidimensional analytics data warehouse, you can create calculation or cubes using the measures and KPIs, right? So you can skip this part right now. Just after this business rules and KPIs, you can directly jump to this layer, which is your presentation layer. And over here, you can do reporting using any tool, Power BI, Tableau, SSRS, or any other tool, right? So this is the high level of architecture, what draws in any BI or reporting tool. So that
Do
you
we
need
have any facility in Tableau to create cubes or similar kind of concept?
to see in Tableau earlier. Recently, they come up with this data prep flow, right? So data prep flow basically, again, it's not you can just define your model there. It's not a cube. You can just define your model that how you want your data to be flown, right? That's the only thing what they have done so far. Neither in Power BI. Power BI, they also call it that they have data flow and data modeling, but frankly speaking, it is not extensive. It simply gives the flow what Tableau came up with, right? And Tableau also came up with only because Power BI presented that in the market, right? It's a competition. That is why both of these came in the market with this type of approach, that you can connect to your multiple data sources and create a flow so that you can directly consume that in your visualization. That's the main idea behind it, right?
Okay,
It's not a data
directly
model.
from the raw data sources. I mean, without
Yeah.
taking help from any data warehouse, directly can come.
Yes. Right. But if you are planning to do high-end analytics or statistical analysis, then
And then
again
it
this
might not be
will not
possible.
work. Yeah, then this approach will not work. It is just simply to further visualization. You get your data from raw data sources and directly dump that into your visualization. So that thing is possible now in Tableau by using data prep, and in Power BI by using data flows.
This Tableau prep tool, Satya, how is it? Is it good? Is it easy to learn?
Yeah, it's easy to learn. It is just simple drawing the flow, right? When I say flow, basically you can first of all create the connection to different data sources, right? And then you can, if you want to join, if you want to kind of append, do union, all the data operations will be there. Drag and drop GUI version. So you can apply
So
those operations over there, and
is
then
it
you can,
like preparing the data connections for Tableau reports?
yes, right? So first of all, you'll connect to your individual data sources, apply the operations, create a centralized kind of view, and then either you can create a Tableau extract that will be directly consumed by Tableau reports, or you can directly use that as a connection for your Tableau report.
Okay, yeah, but the functionality and capabilities are limited.
Yeah, these are limited. You cannot do high end of algorithms or data mining over there. You cannot. So, yep. So basically, this should be your approach, and these type of things will be kind of asked in the interview. So be ready. I'll be sharing this Word document so you can take a look, right?
This kind of questions, does it come for entry level or senior level?
No, for entry level, these type of questions will not be there, Bio. For entry level, as I mentioned, if you're going for a Tableau role, your question will be focused only on Tableau. When I say only on Tableau, basically like how will you connect your data, what visualizations you use, calculated fields how many calculated fields you have used. So for entry level, questions will be on that level. But if you're going, let's say after 2-3 years of experience or 4 years of experience, then your questions will be like this, what we just went through, right?
Okay, for this question comes when you have 4 years of experience.
Yes.
So entry level is like 1 to 2 years experience.
Yeah. Correct. So So 1 to 3 years, I mean, those people are generally, taken as a junior resources or associate level. And for those, your questions will be mostly, on Tableau desktop itself. So that's what.
So for Tableau, what's the structure like? What's the structure like as in the job structure as in junior, senior, how does
And then
what's
lead. So basically what happens in India, and mostly I have seen my US counterparts also, people join as associate first of all. That we call as junior resource, and then they join as then they are either getting promoted to senior level, and third level will be lead position, wherein they'll be working with some other junior resources and managing the project. They themselves will be working and they'll be managing the other resources.
okay? So because it's like over here is like I think the position structure is like junior,
Mhm.
senior, architect, architect. Is it architect? I think so, something like that.
Right. So see, architect, basically there are two things. One is like if you are continuously in development, right? So
Mm.
you can be a lead developer, but the person, because lead will have a experience around 4 to 5 years. They will expect from the lead or lead developer that he should know not only Tableau desktop but also like server, like if there is some problem on the server, how to provide access, how to grant access to others, what role they need to define. So those things are the basic expectations as you grow in the ladder and if you have more experience, right? And just another layer on top of lead developer would be kind of solution architect or architect.
Out of
So
his out of his broken reports too.
yeah. No, so architect is generally not supposed to work on reports. They will kind of, working on optimizing server, optimizing, the user management, all those things.
Okay.
Architect, right? How to connect with other data. So, how to work on organization level. How, like, let's say if there is a new application is coming, how the data of that will come into Tableau. Those type of solutions are being drawn by architect.
Okay.
All right. So just ask me, anytime, if you guys have any question related to this, we can discuss. If you come across any Tableau question, interview question, we can discuss that also here so that we can get confident as we move forward. Now so we were planning to go for another dashboard. So far we just created one dashboard over here, and that was this, right? Let's create another dashboard, and this time, okay. Did we talk about the filters? When I say filters, basically filtering by field by particular value. Because I remember we did this thing, like use as a filter.
I don't
Right?
think so. I don't think so.
Okay, fine. So let's go ahead and do one thing. So over here, we don't have anything related to product, right? Okay, fine. Let me create one more visualization. Sorry, dashboard. I'll go ahead here. And okay, let me delete it. What I'll do, I'll just create a duplicate dashboard, and then I'll kind of remove these objects from here so that I will have remaining formatting what I need. Fine. My background and everything is same the way I want. This is first dashboard, this is second dashboard, and over here we can say sample superstore. I'll call it as product summary. And this time let's drag some of the sheets where we have product related information. Okay, so this is another challenge because I didn't name, I think, product related sheets, so that's why we don't see. Okay, let me hide once again, hide all the sheets. Consumer. Okay, let's drag this. This is reference lines. I'll drag the reference line into this particular dashboard. More than reference lines, it has different segments, so that will help us to do further analysis. So maybe like this. Format title. Okay, so Smriti, have you ever done like navigation from one dashboard to another?
Navigation agent.
Basically, let's say there are 3-4 dashboards in your Tableau workbook, right? Now, what we want like person to move from one dashboard to another one. What are the different mechanism you can use?
I mean, we'll go to the tab and just click it, right?
Mhm. Okay, not like that. Basically, like on a web page, right? You get buttons. So if you click on a button, what happens? Some action gets executed. So we want similar kind of behavior here. So let me work on complete this. Then I'll show you another dashboard, one dashboard which I developed. So like there are companies, if they have Tableau server, for this type of user experience, they really don't want to kind of go for a web development. They want that capability in the Tableau itself, and that is possible, right? So that is also a one use case. You need to know how to navigate from one dashboard to another. So okay, do we have any dashboards where we are showing the product level summary? Okay, let's use this sets. So I'll use sets here. For layout, if you see, I don't need this legend. Layout. So it starts from 53. I'll make it 53 also. Sorry, 53. And the height of this chart is, let's say, make it 10, 310. I'll make this also 310. And then I can, say, Okay. So we did it like this. What is left? Okay, 0 access. So that 0 access, you can get it from here. Drop lines, 0 lines. Okay. Reference line, drop lines. Okay, got it. So this is the second chart which just got ready. Now I'll drag one more chart here. Let's see. Okay, let's take this one, dual axis chart. So I'll just go ahead and take dual axis chart. Okay, so we still have some space. We can put few other graphs here, charts here. But let's see what I was planning to do. I wanted to kind of filter out basis some field, right? When I say some field, basically I would like to kind of go to dashboard, action filters, and over here, see right now, if you see on this particular dashboard, we don't have any filters, right? Whereas if I go to dashboard 1 and go to action, you will see several filters which are already created. These are generated ones because we clicked on this funnel icon. Got it? Now I'll go ahead here and click on dashboard, go to action filter, click on add action. Now over here, if you see, we have these many options. So these many options means first is simple filter, another is highlight, then there is a go to URL, then you have go to sheet, and then you have change parameter and change value set, right? So basically by using these actions, you can change the parameter value, you can change the set value, you can go to a particular sheet from here to from this dashboard to another dashboard. Then you have go to URL, like you can just, if you give this particular action, it will open another URL. Then you have highlight and you have filter. So these things are there. Now if I say simple filter, I'll get this pop-up, right? And onto this pop-up, you have filter name, you have dual, basically on source sheets, it has selected all the sheets right now. So what we need to do is we need to select one particular sheet through which we want to kind of execute this action. Target sheet will be where you want that action to be taken, right? So what happens, like if you click on a button, what happens? Button will be somewhere else. If you click on that button, then action happens and you get navigated to some other place, right? So like that, this is the place where your button is, which means source sheet, and this is the page where you get navigated to, which means it is a target sheet, right? So I'll simply say product filter right now. Product filter. And over here, if you see, like you have hover, select, menus, so three options which we already discussed. Hover means simply you can put your mouse and this action will be taken. Select means you need to kind of click on that, and menu will like if you right click, then it will show a menu, and then you can choose whether you want to do it or not, right? So these are the three type of actions what you get on dashboards. Now on the target sheet, if you apply that action or apply that operation on sheet one or the source sheet, what would happen on the target? Either you can leave that filter and execute others, show all the values, or you can opt for exclude all values, right? So you can go with any of those. Generally, we go with show all values because we really want, depending on the filter, I want to show all my values, right? Then over here, you had all fields. I don't want all fields to be kind of taken here. What I'll do, I'll go to selected fields, and for that I will have to add filters. That what filters you want to apply on what type of field. If you just do selected fields and do OK, nothing will happen. Filter will not work. So in order to this filter to be working, you need to select add filters, and as soon as you do that, you will get this pop-up. This is the third pop-up which you got. And over here it shows source data source. We have only one right now, so that's why it is only one. Otherwise, you will get a drop down here. It will show you all the data sources which you are connected to. Then the field which you want, right? So field, I said I want to go by product. Okay, but the problem is I can apply this thing on product, but okay, let me be clear first of all. I'll just cancel here. So over here, I selected all three sheets. I want only one sheet to be selected. Let's say, for example, I will select my first, which is refer lines. I'll select that sheet. Through this sheet, I want this filter to be applicable on all other three, right? And over here, I will select the field because you can see over here I have segment, consumer, corporate, home office. So I'll select segment. Fine. In the source data source, I've selected segment. Automatically on the target side, it has selected segment because the fields were same. If you're working on two different data sources and field names are different, then you need to go manually and select that. Right? Tableau will not understand in that case. But in our case, we were using only one data source and it has the same name. So Tableau has by default selected it. Now we'll do OK. And we can do OK. You can add multiple filters also here. So I'll do OK now. Now if you see that my filter got added and I will say OK. Fine. So what happened on this particular sheet by segment, I have applied a filter using a field, particular field, and basis that all other filters will get, all other sheets will show the filtered data. So we'll say, let's say I selected corporate. Okay, nothing happened. Okay, it's not working. All right, let's go ahead and see. Did we select filtered option? It seems filtered because if you see here, I click on it, I get this menu. I click on it, then filter gets selected, which means I think we selected filter, menu option. I'll go ahead and check. In order to check, we'll just again go back to the same position. Dashboard, action. Okay, it says menu, run on menu. That's why. So edit, see menu was selected. That's why on click it didn't go. It was showing the menu. When I clicked on the menu, then it got filtered. So we'll go ahead and select, click on select. We'll say okay. And this time, if I just maximize it, I'll just click, filter will get executed. Right? It's fine. Now, because it was on consumer, because it was on customer segment or the product segment. So if I select consumer here, if I select consumer here, or if I select consumer here, or if I select consumer here, there's no change in these charts. Because my segment is same, right? Segment is not changing. Why data will change? Are you getting this point?
Yes, Satya.
Right? Because I'm changing segments, because I'm selecting the same segment, my data is not changing. But if I change the segment, my data will change. If I select consumer or if I select corporate, data will change. Or if I select home office, data will change. But if I select home office anywhere, my data will not change, right? So now again, it's on requirement. If you wanted it to work like this, that's fine, it's fine, right? But if you see a common user, I might not be happy because I'm changing the value. I'm selecting home office of 2019, or if I select home office of 2016, I still get the same data. That not might be good, right? Which means if we want to see the different data by selecting segment in a particular year, you will have to add year also in the filter. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Right? Bio, what about you? Do you agree with this or not?
I didn't get the last part.
Okay, so what I said, as a problem statement, if I'm selecting home office anywhere, whether it is 2019, 18, 17, my data in other sheets is not changing, right? So if your requirement is like this, then it is fine. But as a common person or as a as a new user, if I'm not aware of the requirement, I'm selecting different segment in different, I mean same segment in different years, I should see some difference in the data.
Yes.
Right? So if you want to implement that, we need to add year also in the filter. Right now we added only segment, but we need to add year also in the filter, then only I'll see a difference in the data. So for that I'll go ahead, click on action, edit the same filter, and over here in the selected fields I will add year also. So let's say order date, right? It got added. Now missing field on refer line. Okay. Now, so it says missing fields on refer line, which means order date. It seems that order date is not there in the refer lines chart, right? If order date is not there, let's see what date I have taken there. I'll cancel it for a moment. We'll go to this sheet because Tableau has given warning that this chart doesn't have order. So what date it is? It is a ship date. Okay. If that field is not in a particular chart, it will give error. And the same thing is happening here, right? It says order date on this particular chart is not there. Now, either you change this field, add order field, or I'll go back to my dashboard. What I will say, right? If your business requirement permits, then what you will say, I want to select, because my source sheet is refer line and it doesn't have order date, I will say select ship date in order sheet, sorry, in refer line chart, and filter all the records basis. Okay, I think others have ship date, so it's coming. Other charts have. If that is not the case, you can select order date also, right? Because it had, that's why it is giving the default field. So that map, no, it doesn't have, I think. Okay, okay, fine, I got it. So in these two sheets, if you see, your ship date is not there, neither order date is there. It doesn't have actually date component, does it? It doesn't have date component. Nowhere you can see date over here, is it? Right? So in those scenarios, you just take your either order field or ship date, whatever you want, just drag to the details, hide it from the label, because I've just dragged it over there. You saw like the label appeared. I don't want to show that label. So I don't want to show that label. For that, you need to go to this text. Okay, you can hide that because that was useless. I mean, though it is a stack chart, but I didn't need that. So another thing was set. In set also, I didn't need date. Here I will take order date. Let's see what happens. Order date. We'll put it on detail. Fine. Now I'll go back to dashboard 2. We'll go to action, edit it, and then over here, see, still you see that warning, right? But now you will not get because we have added it. So ship date from source sheet and target, we have a ship date. Fine. Okay, missing field on refer line, but on refer line we have ship date. Okay, is it working? No, which means that filter is not there. May I know why ship date, year ship date? Okay, something is wrong still. It's not working fine. The filter is not working fine. So actions, product filters, edit. It still gives me the warning that missing fields on refer line. Ship date, ship date. Okay. Got it. The format. So on over here, if you see, this is year, right? refer line, you have the year kind of condition. So you cannot take the direct date. You will have to take the year only. The format was the problem. So I have just selected the year. Let's see what happens. Okay. As soon as we did that, that warning has gone. And we'll say okay, okay, and now you see the data. Actually, you need to take that filter in the correct format also, not just the value, because date, if you select, it will talk about the individual date. So we need to select the correct format. And now, if you see here, if I select consumer, the data is changing. If I select this consumer, data is again changing. If I select this consumer, my data is again changing. So which means we just added two fields, consumer and date in the year format, and my data is getting filtered for these two conditions, so these two fields in all the visualizations, right? But whereas if I go to dashboard 1, we didn't apply anything on the field levels. So because of this, what was happening, you can select anything here, automatically it will filter out everything in other charts. It's easy to implement, but if you got a customized requirement, then you need to follow the filters basis the field. Are you with me? Bhavan and Smriti, do you understand
Yeah.
that? The difference?
Yes, Satya.
Okay, fine. Now, my task, another task which I was talking about, like I want to navigate from one dashboard to another. How do I do that? So, because what will happen while deploying this on Tableau server gives me option and asks whether I want to hide tab names. And if I do so, I will not be able to see these tabs like dashboard 1, dashboard 2, sheet B, A, anything. I will not be able to see that, right? And if that is the situation, how would I navigate from one dashboard to another, right? So in that case, you need to provide some customization on dashboards so that you can move from one dashboard to another, right? Now, let me do something. I'll go to Google, and there are two things I'll tell you. So go back, image. Let me search for a transparent one. Advanced search, transparent. Okay. Save as image. I'll save it on desktop for a moment. Left arrow key. And similarly, I need to take, it was left arrow key, let's say right arrow with the same settings. Let's take this. Save image. Desktop. Save. Now I'll go back to Tableau. And over here, if you see, you have image object, right? I'll take one image, go to choose image, go to my desktop where I kept those images. Very good. So let me see extra large icons. I saved it on desktop only, right? Left arrow key and right arrow key. So I'll just take this one, the number.
Maybe where in the desktop of the other user, you can paste the address which you got from this one.
Sorry, it's confusing. Let me go ahead. These are the two images. I'll cut these, we'll put it into image picture folders, then it will work fine.
Satya, these are WEBP files or something. Maybe we can change that extension to JPG or something. So
Okay, yep, I think that's the reason. WEP web files, but I did save. JPG. I hope this works, otherwise I'll have to download again. Not this one. JPG. Okay, we'll go again. JPG left arrow key. Fair enough. I will say target URL, right? And we'll say apply. Okay. These things are not working. I need to download another image. Save image as. We are getting it. Yeah, PNG file. So pictures and one arrow. This is right arrow. I need to take left arrow. Okay, cool. Image. And then I'll choose from here. It's a right arrow key. We'll put A, B, C. I'm just putting it some random text right now. So this image will appear like this. Right. And I did ABC, it just opened something. So I need to go back, and over here in dashboards, I'll go again to action, add action, and let's see what happens here. I don't have that image over here. Had I got image, I could have used this for navigation. Correct? Was it possible? If we would have got image here, we would have achieved this task. But image is not here. In this
yes.
drop, right, you get only sheet objects which you have added in the dashboard. So which means the navigation using this I cannot do from here. What is the alternate way then? If I see sheets, I need sheet here, correct? So I'll go ahead, add a sheet, right? Now it's up to you. For example, I go to shapes, and do we have arrows here? Yes, we do. I can take this one, say apply, right? I didn't get anything here because I don't have any measure here. I'll take my dummy field because dummy had 1. So default arrows is apply, and I'll increase the size. Fine. Over here, I'll just remove height title. On this particular sheet, I just have this arrow, nothing else, just the arrow. Cool. I'll go ahead. It's a sheet 42. I'll say right arrow key. We'll go to dashboard 1, drag this sheet, which is right arrow, floating. We'll put it here, hide my title, and say fit entire view. Right? See these options where I'm getting. I did to hide title and then entire view. As soon as you do that, you will get this icon like this. Right? Now it's up to you where you want to put it. Still the size looks very small. What I'll do, I'll go to this right and increase the size a bit. We'll go back there. So I get it like this, right? Now, because it is right, you can put it, you know, either here or at the top, wherever you feel is the best position, best location. You can place it because it is in floating order. You can place it wherever you want, right? Now I'll go ahead to dashboard, go to action filter, add a filter, or let's just go to sheet. Let's see what happens here. Target sheet is okay, fine. So let's go to sheet from dashboard 1. On dashboard 1, I have this arrow. So what I will do, I'll just uncheck everything. We'll select only this sheet. Like if I click on this, then only it should happen, right? If I select others also and do it, so if I'll be clicking on any of the sheet, it will move to the second dashboard. So that need to be avoided. We'll select only this sheet, right? And then target sheet, I'll go to dashboard 2 and say okay. Fine. So now if I select any other sheet, it will filter. This is bad, right? It's filtering. Everything is happening, right? But it will not go to the other sheet. Now what I will do, I'll just go ahead and click on that sheet, this one, and this will move to second dashboard, right? How do I go back to the original dashboard? I need to add similar arrow here also, right? So for that, the way we created right, I'll be creating another sheet. We'll call it home or left. You can use home icon also because first dashboard was the main dashboard. Or if you just want to say left or right, go back forward, you can use this thing. Now with this approach, I saw one flaw. I don't know whether you noticed or not, but there was one flaw. When I said it is not good or it's bad, that was the flaw which I noticed. Were you guys able to see anything? Something which is not right with this implementation? Nobody noticed, huh? I'll show it again. It's the thing which is not right. We'll go to this dashboard, add left sheet, hide title, say entire view, fit entire view, it's already there. We'll pick up the sheet, show like this, and move it wherever I want. So maybe I'll put it here. No, this is not the right place. Actually, it has to be above all the charts. So like this, somewhere you can put it. Now we'll go to dashboard, action, add filter, go to sheet, uncheck everything except left. That will be the source. And in target, I will say dashboard 1. Right? So from here, I can click on it and we'll go there. Right? Now, so from here, if you see, I can go to second dashboard. From here, I can go to first dashboard. Fine. I'm able to navigate between dashboards. Till now, any questions? Are we good?
Yes.
Bio? Any doubt with this approach?
No.
Okay. So now let's talk about the topic which I said is not right with this approach. I mean, not with the approach, but something we are doing wrong, right? I don't know whether you noticed or not, but when I was selecting different filters over here, for example, this, let's say if I select something, right? What happened to this icon? Smriti, what happened to this icon? I selected something
Oh,
else. See what happened?
yeah, because it is not matching. By default, it is being scoped in for that filter. So maybe we have to scope out that sheet for every filter, for all remaining filters which we have created. We have to exclude that so that it will be not affected and it will be visible every time.
Okay. So let's. I think you are saying something has a value. Let's go ahead. You are saying if I go here, what you want me to do?
We'll go to individual filters like filter 1, filter 2, 3, 4. We have created 4 filters. There, if you go to filter 1 and go to edit, yeah, then that right in the target you have to scope out.
Okay,
Yes.
fine.
And similarly in all other filters. So that no filter will be applied to this particular state.
Okay, right. So the reason was like as we were changing the value or changing the filters, the value for this was also changing.
Yes,
Correct? And that's why while selecting some filters,
it was going right.
it was going, right? Is there any other way by, I mean, can we control this? I mean, this is the one solution what you told. That's very good. I think that's a perfect one, right? But this could have been avoided from the beginning. Okay, let me tell you. I'll go to these sheets which we created, left, right? Over here, what I did, I dragged this field called dummy, right? And you know, like in dummy, there is nothing, just the one which we have. Fine, but still, it shows dummy 19,988. You see a number on the tooltip, right? This is the sum
Yeah.
of all the occurrences of this field. what we have dragged over here. So anyhow, if we are able to control this, I think we can control that also, right? It was sum. This was the main problem. Because of sum, if I'm changing my filters, my sum is also changing. If I'm able to control this sum, I'll be able to control that situation, right? So for that, I'll go ahead and simply do it as average or average or distinct count. Then it will always show 1. It won't show anything else. And once you are able to fix this on a particular number, just change the shape again and it will get fixed to it. Then it won't change. See, it's 1. Same goes with left. Over here also I will do the distinct count. And now if you go here, maybe I can go back to dashboards and select it for filters. We could have controlled it from the one place, because right now we have just 4 or 5 filters. We are able to work. But it could have been a problem if I have, let's say, 20 sheets here, right? So now if I select anything, filters will work properly, but the image will not change because it will always have 1 as a value. The value is on it not changing, so the shape is not changing. Got it?
Yes.
So far what we saw, how we can go from one dashboard to another and then come back. So the navigation between different dashboards, that is what we have just created. Now there is another concept which is, I was talking about, right? I'll show you. I'll create one more dashboard. And this dashboard, I'm going to take it as my home page. Sample Superstore home. Okay. So basically what we want to create is a kind of home page here so that we can navigate from this tab to another or another to here, come back. Right. Now, the best part would be what I'll do. Let's say maximize it. And I would like to take the screenshot of this basically. So okay, dashboard, extract image. I'll put it into pictures, dashboard 1. And for dashboard 2, again, I'll do the similar thing, dashboard, export image, we'll put it pictures. And again, I'll come back on the new dashboard, which I added this. Over here, I'll drag image. For this, I will take Okay, this will again give the similar problem, what I didn't want earlier. So okay, I edited this image, I'll edit this also, because there is a lot of white space in the bottom. So we can just correct that and save. Okay, so the problem which I was talking about, Smriti and Bio. So if I drag this image thing, right? Image, I cannot use go to sheet functionality. I will have to provide a URL, right? So let's say you have multiple dashboards deployed on your Tableau server, and you want to go from this dashboard or this workbook of dashboard to another URL. In that case, you can use this, right? For example, if I put it, let's say, I'll just select, let's say, any image, desktop. Let's say this one only, and I'll put www.google.com, right? The same text I would like other people to see. Let's say Google site. Apply. Okay. Fit image, central image. So that is what. That's one thing. This is what we created. If you want to put a text, you can do that here. Put a text, say Google site, or click to Google, whatever you want to put it as. And put it like this, right? Now I'll put other things because I want to move from this to dashboard. For that, I'll add one more sheet here. I don't want to use image for dashboards. So I would say dashboard one. Same case here, dummy on shapes. Put it one. Do it distant count. At the place of this image, I will take my own image, right? My own image means the images, the two images, these two I have created. I'll copy these from here, go to documents, go to Tableau repository, go to shapes. This I covered in the, I think, very first day. So, and from here, you can create under shapes, you can create your own images like my images, and you can paste them here, for example, like this. So I have got these two images here. So under my images, there are four images you can see right now. I'll go here in Tableau, shapes, I'll reload shapes, reload, and we'll go to my image. Now here you will see four images are there. So I'm on dashboard one. I will select dashboard one image so that I see the dashboard one. We'll say OK. Need to increase the shape. Here we go. I'll say entire view, hide title. Maybe you can increase this shape also. And accordingly, I'll kind of go to dashboard 3 and we'll drag this dash 1. Hide title. If you want, you can format this title, or if you want, you can put text like this. Whichever suits better, you can do that. Over here, I will say, what was the name of my dashboard? Dashboard 1, sample superstore summary. Copy. Go to dashboard 3. I'll put that thing here. Format to 12, bold. Then border, maybe no. And color, whichever you want to give. Image is central right now, so I will say, okay, this image doesn't look good right now. So we need to work on this a little bit. So shape, I'll try to increase a bit more. Okay, let's see how it comes up. Okay, it's not very clear though. It looks little, it's not very clear. So that is what maybe you can work with in order to make it better. Or you can take some other image with better pixels. Right? Sample superstore summary. And over here, I'll go to this dashboard, action, add a filter, go to sheet. We'll say from dashboard 1, I want to go to dashboard 1, which is this. So from this dashboard, if you want, you can go to Google. It will open your Google or any other website, whichever you want. Or if you click here, you will go to dashboard 1, right? And again, from this, see, this is the problem. Because of that only, so you are right, Smriti, your solution was the best. We really need to do like this so that the icon doesn't change. See, it's creating problems. So we'll go to action. Because it's the same field, if I'm changing the color or image, it will impact across. That's a challenge. Okay. It changed here though. My images, dashboard, apply. Okay, fine. Now, this is your main dashboard, right? What I will do, I'll just move this image from this to this place, and we'll put more image, which we can call it as home. So, are you able to understand the implementation, what I'm trying to do? Smriti and Bio, any questions on it? What I'm trying to do?
Basically, you're trying to create a uh, index kind of sheet, right? From where we'll have the user navigation.
It's basically the landing page is what I'm creating for this dashboard. Landing page, right? So what would happen? You can provide the URL of this dashboard to anybody. As soon as they kind of land on this page, from this they can navigate to any page, right?
Mm.
Okay. So from from here, if you wish, you can go to dashboard 2. From dashboard, you can come here, right? So navigation between from 1 and 2 is possible. From home to any or any to back to home is not possible yet. So what I need to do is, first of all, I'll remove this 3.
Can we have one home logo kind of thing in
Yeah,
each
yeah,
and every sheet?
that is what I'm going to do now. Arrow wise, we are good. Now home icon, we can take a better home icon for okay. I think I have not pasted that here. From this picture, sorry. Anything what you want to drag into shapes, you need to put it into Tableau repository. If it is outside, there would be problem. You won't be able to see that. Shapes and then my images. Need to reload. Sorry. So it's here, apply. Okay. Need to increase this size. Hide title. And this will be on entire view. And then kind of you need to put that on each sheet. So go to dashboard, go here, home, and then hide title, entire view. Okay, fine. If you wish, you can little bit increase the size so that it will look little more better. Fine. And then go to dashboard, and action, and then add action, go to sheet, from where? From home, go to home, which is my dashboard 3. Okay, now if I go here, click on it, it will take me this. From here I can go to this place. From here I can go to my second dashboard. From here I can go back here, and then again home. If you wish, you can go ahead and put that home icon on this sheet too. So this, drag home, hide title, and dashboard, action, add action, go to sheet, uncheck everything. From home I want to go to dashboard 3. I think I have put it at the wrong place, right? I was supposed to put it into dashboard 2. So from dashboard 2, actions, add filter, go to sheet, uncheck everything except home, and then from here to dashboard 3. And then OK. So from here I can go back to previous dashboard. From here I can go to the next dashboard. From here I can go to home, and from home to any other sheet. So the navigation is all done, right? We are able to move from one dashboard to another. Now with that, what we can do is let's hide all the sheets generally which we are using in these dashboards. So if you click on hide all the sheets, it will hide those sheets which you are using in this particular dashboard. That helps in order to see less unused sheets, right? So now whatever sheets you see here, they are not used in any dashboard. So basically now let's plan what we were thinking of. I'll go ahead and publish this onto Tableau public, this dashboard only, the home page, right? We'll say save, give credentials, I will say super store summary, and save. Okay, it got deployed and it will open to another page of Tableau Public. So over here, if you see, it shows this page, and let me maximize it, right? It's on Tableau Public. It gives me this view where you can see Google site or other two dashboards. Home icon is there. And if you want, you just click here, you'll be navigated to another dashboard like this, right? And in the bottom, you don't see those tab names, is it? Tab names are not there. But with help of this navigation, you are able to move from one dashboard to another. Can go back to home, or to and fro to any dashboard. Right. Over here you can see like this image which I have used, it is too heavy. That's why it takes little time to load. But the good thing now is like you are able to navigate between the dashboards. Right? Any question here? Any challenge which you see? Smriti Bio, any question, any challenge in order to do this?
I think it's fine. It's okay.
Okay. Okay, fine. So what is the agenda for tomorrow? So basically so far we have kind of covered almost all the topics. Let me know if you think any of those are missing in Tableau Desktop. We can cover those tomorrow, and definitely I would like to have a kind of interactive session wherein we can discuss about other questions related to interviews. I'll go through the resumes and we'll kind of discuss about those tomorrow. But please work on the assignment also. I really need to see, and then because we were supposed to do 3 assignments. So far we have done only one, right? So at least work on it so that we can discuss. Because until unless you won't work, you won't see the real challenges. So work on this, come up with your question. We'll discuss these things tomorrow. And I will also see like if there is any other topic which we can cover. I will definitely love to cover that tomorrow. Okay. So we will have kind of, what I'm thinking of. Today's Monday, right? We'll have 2 more classes. And then if you have any questions, do let me know anytime. I will always be available even after the course also. I mean, after Wednesday also. Okay.
Okay, bro.
Yeah. So but the group what
Yeah.
we have
Thank you, sir.
created, yeah, the group what we have created, that will be live, and anytime you can ping me in that group. So we'll keep sharing information and discuss about the problems. Okay. All right. So I think that's all for today. We'll meet again tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye everyone. Bye.